Well, good morning, guys. Jake here. Happy New Year to all of y'all. 2024 is here. And with no surprise, it hasn't let down yet with everything going on. And that's kind of the point of today's video. I'll try not to go on a rant here or a tirade, because to be honest with you, I'm just really disappointed in YouTube lately, pretty much the last few months. There are a lot of channels out there saying they're wanting to help, give you the information, wake you up. Well, from my perspective, guys, most of the YouTube channels out there are just a bunch of bullshit. You know, they're telling you the same old crap. Get some food, get some water. Buy some of my crap to help you through this, blah, blah, blah. Buy one of these Chinese solar generators from me. Buy some of this crappy food from me. It's all become about greed, guys. There are a few out there that put out some decent content, but for the biggest part, it's just all the same old crap. That's why I don't put up a lot of videos anymore. I mean, how many times can I show you my chickens or my goats? Show you how to can and prepare food, store food, all of that kind of stuff. You know, that was the point of my channel. I'm not going to try and tell you what you have to do or what you need to do, because everybody's situation is a little different. And everybody needs to prepare a little different. Although all of those roads are leading us to the same place, you know, everybody's situation is different. I prepare much differently than someone might in Alaska. I prepare much differently than what someone might even in Arizona or Florida. Any state, any county, any city is going to be different. But I have tried to spread the information to you. And today is pretty much the last part of that. Because if you look at prepping as a whole, obviously, food, water, shelter, protection, you know, those are the big things that everybody tells you. And if you got any common sense, you know that's what you got to have. And I'll be the first one to tell you that all of you people that have stored up all of this emergency food ration have no understanding of that food and the problems trying to live off of that food is going to give you. That's why I have told you from the beginning that you need to remove yourself from the population density, the city. The less people around you, the less problems you're going to have. I know. Many of you can't afford to do that. Whatever. That is the choice that you have made. And we will all suffer the consequences of the choices that we have made. Besides getting away from the city and people, simply buying all of this crap food for long-term storage is simply not going to work, guys. It is emergency food, and that's exactly what it is. If you can't obtain food from any other means, yes, that food may help you. But if you think you're going to live off of this emergency food that everyone is selling you, you have another thing coming. That's why I have told you that when you remove yourself from that population density, you need to be able to grow and raise your own food. Which, again, is what we have shown you on this channel. Gardens and chickens and goats. The homesteading side of being able to live through what's coming. And besides having the shelter out away in the country, and gardens and chickens and a homestead and being off grid and making your own power and trying to be as self-reliant as you possibly can. That's the whole goal, guys, to be more self-reliant. I'm not here to tell you that the world is going to end, but I am trying to emphasize to you that things like your local Walmart or your local grocery store, there may come a time when the food that they have for you to purchase or available for you is going to be very limited, which means people will go hungry. We don't have to go down all of the rabbit holes of conspiracy theory, digital IDs and digital currencies and all that, how the government can control you. Again, if you don't have the sense enough to see it by now, there's probably nothing that I'm going to tell you to change your mind. And I'm not here to convince you. I am simply here to show you what I do, in the hopes that maybe it could help some of you. And I know it does. I know it has, and I know it will continue to. Even though YouTube suppresses my content and many other people's content, and I'm sure they will, just for simply what I'm wearing here, much less what I'm going to say. And that's fine with me. I never got on YouTube expecting to make any money or have a huge channel. We are approaching the 5,000 subscriber mark, and I do appreciate all of y'all coming along for the journey. It has been a learning experience for me. I hope it has been for you. And like I've always said, I hope you take this time to be learning and making those contacts with people. And that doesn't mean getting on YouTube and going into someone's live chat and shooting the bullshit, because that's really not helping you guys, in all honesty. You may make friends all over this country, but when the time comes, who is going to be there to help you and stand by your side? Who? You think all these people you've met in these chat rooms are any better off than you? How are you going to make it 100 miles, 200, 300, 500, 1,000 miles to meet some of your YouTube buddies? You better be taking it very seriously. And there are many platforms out there to put people like us that think the same, act the same, have the same ideas together. But how many of you are actually going and meeting these people? All right? Making friends, making contacts, making the connections that you're going to need. Everything I see on YouTube is one big entertainment shithole. Everybody's looking for $1. Everybody's looking for more subs. Everybody's looking for that attention and fame. Another big distraction. Meanwhile, this whole thing rolls on. Which brings me to the last part of what I will tell you you are going to need. And I know, a lot of you out there on YouTube want to act like Rambo. You want to be Rambo. Maybe you were in the military at one point. I got news for all you guys. This ain't going to be like the movies, all right? And all of you that were in the military, that, you know, do you want to do your military training or your military jargon or whatever it is? I got news for y'all guys. You ain't in the military no more, all right? And I don't care what training you got, how many years ago it was, or if you're even still current, you know, whatever. It makes no difference to me, because what I see on YouTube is a bunch of old ass people that are out of shape, probably can't walk to the end of their driveway. They're trying to tell you how to prepare, yet they never step out of their basement surrounded by all of their emergency food. It's really just a bunch of crap, guys. And probably, for me, the real people that are doing it, all right, they're not on YouTube. For whatever reason that may be, I know a lot of them, you know, oh, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to show it, OPSEC. You're a freaking idiot. If you don't think the government don't know what you're doing, they've been watching you for the last 20 years. Everything you do. They know exactly what you're doing, what you got, who you are. You ain't hiding jack crap. You're just an idiot for thinking so. That's another thing. All them big channels, prepper channels, survival channels, blah, 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 that got 50, 60, 100, 200, 1 million subscribers, they are all full of shit. Every single one of them. Overweight, out of shape. They just want to sit there and sell you crap. You better get with the program, guys. It is getting time. Don't mistake that for the shit's going to hit the fan tonight and the world is going to end tomorrow, all right? These people, they got long-term plans. Do you think Agenda 2030 was just pulled up out of midair and they gave a year and a date, blah, blah, blah? These people are planning for 10, 20, 30 years down the road. There is no intention whatsoever of destroying this world, all right? That's all part of the game plan. They're all involved, every damn one of them. And this is the last step that you need. I know. A lot of you younger guys out there, you know, you think you got it, you're lone wolf, blah, blah, blah. Okay, keep thinking that way, that's fine. As you get older and wiser, you will realize you can't do it. I don't mind telling you, if you ain't gonna make it as a lone wolf. You might make it a little while, but you're eventually gonna run out of supplies. You're gonna have to come back to town. You're gonna have to associate with people. As far as the off-grid shit goes, y'all are all full of shit. I mean, none of us live off-grid. We all use the grid. To think you're gonna run out into the wilderness and survive off of nothing with your hatchet and your knife, you're full of shit. You're lying to yourself. It ain't gonna happen. And I've come to realize this as I've gotten older, which is another reason why I have all of this. You have to be and obtain things that are going to be force multipliers for you. Because in all honesty, a lot of you out there are going to face this thing alone. You don't have a mad group. You don't have somewhere you can go. You've been jack-jawing with these people on YouTube instead of making the real connections. If you can't own a farm, if you can't be out in the country, you should have done made those contacts with people to have you a place to go. You should have done built that trust. You are way behind, guys. It is amazing to me the amount of stupidity that is on YouTube. And that's just one platform. I don't mess with none of the others. I ain't got time. Another reason I don't upload a lot of videos onto YouTube. I really just don't have time, guys. And anybody out there that is doing it, you ain't prepping the correct way. You ain't ready. You may think you are, but you ain't. This whole shittery, guys, ain't gonna be like the movies. There ain't gonna be no reset button. There ain't no start over. This is playing for keeps. You can call it what you want. I don't care. Some people think it's biblical. If it is, it is. Does that change the direction that the road is going? Oh, right. Jesus is going to come back and save us all, and you're just going to magically disappear and go to heaven. I think y'all are sadly mistaken with that, too, because this is all a big test. And if you think there's an easy road out, ain't going to be, guys. Because every single one of us are going to have our own shit hit the fan moment. We are all going to die. There's no question about it. Is that what you're afraid of? Death? I don't know, people. The world is getting crazier and crazier. And if you're not doing the things and taking the time to actually learn everything, and again, that's another reason why you ain't going to make it as a loner. Oh yeah, great, you can play Rambo, you're a great shot, blah blah blah, you're prior military, sniper, Navy SEAL. I don't give a crap. Can you also raise gardens? Are you into animal husbandry? What about all that security? What about technical? Are you a mechanic? Plumber, electrician, doctor? There ain't none of us out there that can do it all. You're lying to yourself if you think you can. You can play like you can act like you can. That don't mean shit when it comes to the real deal, people. I ain't saying at all that it's all gonna happen this year, but I can guarantee you this year things are gonna get a lot worse. This is the last part of what you're gonna need. If you have your place, you've lined out your stuff, you're able to grow some food, some animals, you got yourself some alternative power. I don't care what it is. Any. Protection of all that is going to be the last thing. Because if you have gathered all this and the skill and the knowledge and the know-how to do it all, you are going to have to protect it. It's going to take more than your grandpa's shotgun to do it as well, guys. Again, force multipliers, and use everything that you possibly can to your advantage. Thermals, night vision, bulletproof vest, ballistic helmets, multiple weapons, platforms, training. You know, a lot of people out there got this stuff, but do they have the mentality and the mindset to actually use it? Ton of keyboard warriors out there. A lot of the big prepping channels, that's exactly what I would call them, keyboard warriors. Sure, one of them can get out there and shoot. You know, you got all the gun channels are all out there shooting and plinking these metal targets, throwing their shit in the mud, abusing all their stuff. What do you got? Demolition Ranch, bending shotguns, putting stuff in concrete. Boy, howdy, all that is really going to help you in the real scheme of things, ain't it? What a bunch of crap. All of them. All of the channels. Guys come on there and tell you how to do things, what to do, and they're freaking 100 pounds overweight and can't walk to the end of their driveway. Smoking a big cigar. Soaking up all that money y'all are sending them, buying their crap. Wake up, people. You better start thinking logically. It's time to make those connections. People, places, things. It's getting too late. All of you with the big dreams and hopes of YouTube aspirations, I can tell you right now, if you're telling the truth, your channel is going to go away. So will mine. No big deal. Doesn't bother me one bit. Because YouTube land does not affect what I do out here. I don't make my videos for YouTube. I simply try and make those videos when I'm doing something to show what you're gonna need to do, how serious you're gonna need to be. We're losing our country, folks, and all of those roads lead to war. And I don't care if you call it World War, Civil War, Revolution. Just chaos in general. You better be prepared for it. We've seen it all on the streets before. TV, YouTube, riots, blah, 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 over the stupidest stuff. Can y'all just imagine that if a quarter of what we think is gonna happen happens, how bad it's gonna be? I mean, they're telling us about everything. The new disease coming out, 100% kill rate. Y'all want to freak out over COVID that had a 0.001% death rate. And yet these people are screwing with things that have a 100% kill rate. You're not preparing yourself to live without a grid. I ain't talking about off grid. I'm talking about without a grid. Without power. There's a reason why the statistic is 90% die. Because 90% are ill prepared for what's going to happen. Like I said again, guys, just really disappointed in the YouTube homesteader prepping community. Same old crap day after day. Buy my food, get water, blah, blah, blah. These fucking people ain't showing you the real thing. I don't know if it's just that they don't know or they're scared to put it on YouTube. If you have to run a second channel, that tells me you're part of the problem. Sit down over there and shut up if you can't speak the truth. Get on your channel and tell the masses of people the truth and what you're actually doing. Show them. You're scared? Sit down over there and shut up. It's gonna get bad, folks. It's gonna get real bad. I hope y'all see it, and I hope you're preparing. Put this channel up so people could talk and ask questions, comment, find out the real side of it. So it's still up, and you still have the opportunity to contact me. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I'm not going to tell you what you need to hear or want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you have to hear. I still suffer the same thing y'all do right around me. I got people that don't believe it. It's not going to happen. They're not worried about it. Let it happen. I don't know what to tell you guys. I've showed you here on the channel. Same thing still applies. Get away from people. Become self-reliant as you possibly can. Have a way to protect yourself and what you have. And get in the mindset. Don't be scared to do it. There's not any difference in a thief. Whether that thief comes from the government, the military, law enforcement, or across our border. A thief is a thief. And you better be prepared to act accordingly. Because in due time, they are going to come for what you have. And I hope you're ready. That's it for now, guys. Y'all stay safe. Stay warm out there. It's been really cold. Hope everybody a good new year. And best of luck to you. Stay safe out there, guys. Take care.